Hello and welcome to Game Boy Classics. In this installment, it's the game that needs no introduction. This is Tetris, released in 1989 for the Game Boy, as not only a launch title, but also the pack-in game if you bought a Game Boy. This was the killer app for many years. Tetris and the Game Boy were like peanut butter and jelly. This was a game that was just meant to be on the Game Boy. And it was a brilliant choice to put this as the pack-in title, because this is the game that sold the Game Boy to people who wouldn't normally play video games. This was, old people bought this, businessmen bought this, to play on the train or play at work during breaks, or just goof off at work and play Tetris. This was the ultimate version of the ultimate puzzle game, and for many years, even probably to this day, this is still considered by many people to be the best version of Tetris ever made. So let's play some of this. We're gonna play B-type, and we're gonna play, of course, with A-type music. Let's put the difficulty, I don't know, start with level 3, high 2. Start off with the junk blocks, so I can clear them out. Of course, Tetris, in case you have somehow been living under a rock and don't know how it works, is about clearing lines. You drop down blocks, and all that's left is what you have failed to clear. So, in sort of a very meta way, Tetris shows you what you can accomplish, but actually doesn't show you what you can accomplish. It actually shows you only what your failings are. Now, I'm certainly not an extremely pro Tetris player. There are many better players than me. But over the years, I have learned some skills, and, I'm not a total newbie either. The thing about it is you gotta remember your blocks that you get are all random. And in the original Tetris, you couldn't keep blocks or anything. You would simply rotate the blocks that you're given. If you still have a Game Boy or any means to play Game Boy games, you owe it to yourself to own this game. Tetris is a masterpiece. And it's not a very expensive game either. To pick up this game, you can pick it up for only a few bucks, even though it's a game that's always going to be in demand. It just happens to be one of the most common games, because they made as many games as Tetris as they made for Game Boys. This was the pack-in launch title. Tetris came to other platforms as well. It came to the NES, came to, the Super NES, came to, PCs and the Genesis even, all sorts of platforms, but nothing matched the Game Boy version, because this was the ultimate portable experience. It's a simple game that doesn't need advanced graphics, doesn't need a huge display, doesn't need, an adult level understanding of how video games work. A kid could play it, a person who had never played a video game could play it, women could play it. This was the kind of game that could get anyone interested in the Game Boy. And I'm sure that you probably know people that bought this game, or bought a Game Boy just to play Tetris and then bought no other game. It's bizarre to me that anyone would do that, but this game had that power. there's my high, but I got no triples and no Tetris, which are 4 blocks in a row. That's because I suck. I love the high score music. It's so damn good. Oh yeah, there's no end. I'm Sato A. Okay. Let's play type A. Change the music. Put it to speed 4. Here we go. No junk blocks, this is all just me now. Tetris is probably the ultimate casual game there is, but, you know, even as a hardcore gamer, I have to say, this is one of the best games ever made. Cause and effect. That's all this game is. Forever addicting and forever addictive. But all good things come to an end, so this video should also come to an end. So thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, let me know, and once again, I'll see you next time.